Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, where we get better at Magic together through a new draft every day. Today, I just cannot get pick two draft out of my head. I'm so bad at it, and I have to understand how to get good. So I'm giving it another go. If I trophy, maybe I can put this behind me. If I don't trophy, I think I might even give it another shot tomorrow. I just have to understand how to win a pick two draft. That's what we're trying to do today. All right, hopefully we open some really good stuff. So High Perfect Morcant is pretty good stuff. When it or another elf you control enters, each opponent blights one. Very nice. And tap 3 untapped elves you control proliferate. This part, the second ability, I actually haven't played with this card, I should say first. And I'm not even sure anyone's resolved it against me. This second ability, I'm guessing, doesn't come up too much. I guess it could come up in a board stall. But the first ability definitely comes up. It enters and it immediately gives something -1/-1. Not the greatest ETB ability, but if you do something like double spell with this and a Virulent Emissary, hey, now you're in business. If we take these two picks, obviously we're speculating on just seeing if Elves happens to be open. It is the best archetype, probably, so I'm not sure that we should, count on it being open, and we're going to want to be very open to other cards being the best picks, but I'd rather take High Perfect Morcant and Virulent Emissary, which can go in the same deck, than take the Morcant and Kinsbale Aspirant and run two decks against each other. It's possible that what you're supposed to do is something like Virulent Emissary and Assert Perfection, and then you get to play two good cards in whatever green deck is open, but passing the elf at a 4-person table seems like a recipe for putting the person to my left in elves and not getting to play either of those cards. This pack really looks like someone has been taking some green cards out of it, doesn't it? Green and black. So I think we definitely don't want to just tunnel vision on elves here. I think, okay, so one direction we can go is Spiral into Solitude and Klatchen Festival and go for a Kithkin deck with our Virulent Emissary. So that is possible, but if the person is taking, well, we don't know what they took, but I'm just seeing a lot of blue, white, and black. It's possible I could also take, I really do like Unwelcome Sprite. This might be the more reasonable pick is take Unwelcome Sprite and Spiral into Solitude. Someone else probably gets into Kithkin. Yeah, I'm going to speculate. I definitely want to take the Unwelcome Sprite. I think this card's very powerful. I mean, I do love Voracious Tome Skimmer. It's not a high win rate card, but it's a card that can be very good. So, hey, maybe we'll wheel it. In this pack, okay, maybe the Elf Stream is alive because Assert Perfection is maybe the best common in the set. It's the best green common, probably. It goes amazingly well with Virulent Emissary. And then here is an elf. What's the best card in the pack if I was not trying to fix on my first picks? I would say Sundappled Celebrant and Stoic Grove Guide are probably comparable power level, and they're probably better than, I mean, the best card in the pack is Assert Perfection. And then maybe those two after that. Okay, it does not look like we're just going to get to draft elves today. I mean, Assert Perfection was a find, but look at this. Now there are two Vivid cards. These are not very good Vivid cards, but I think it is so essential in pick two draft to find the open lane as quickly as possible. If you see two Kithkins, two elves, two Vivid cards, two Merfolks late in a pack, I think you just need to hop on that. So what if we try to take these guys? Oh, okay, so Goblins is open, but come on now. I mean, when is Goblins not open? I mean, I could take this and see if Jund, some kind of Jund is open. This is technically a Vivid card. This is a secret Vivid card because it makes a black Goblin token. And I don't think that green is all that open. Okay, yeah, we're getting kicked around this table. This is a little bit rough. I'm somewhere in the Jund space. Okay, so we opened a Dawnhand Dissident, which I do think is very good. It lets you Blight to Surveil, which is fine, but then Blight to exile a card from your graveyard, and during your turn you can cast creature spells by removing counters from creatures you control. So I don't know if it has the greatest win rate or whatever, but a 1-mana creature that has this much upside, you can build around and you can make it great. So for example, you can cast creature spells from, okay, it's in exile, so this probably doesn't trigger the Twilight Diviner, but we could take these two and we could say, hey, we're doing something involving some kind of graveyard stuff. By the way, they are both elves. There's Pitiless Fist and Assert Perfection, so two good green removal spells that whoever is in elves will take. But maybe we have like a minor elf synergy. Could be black-red with some kind of minor elf thing going on. Wow, what what a pass. Moonshadow is awesome. This card is a 7/7 for 1, sort of. It comes in with 6 -1/-1 counters, but then when one or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, you can remove a counter from it. So if you mill 3 cards, this thing gets +3/+3 forever, basically. And then Doran, a top bomb in the format. So I might take Doran and just try to go Abzan, I guess, right? Doran colors. I'll take the really good 1-drop, and then, yeah, I'll take Doran. And let's see if we can fix into Doran. So it's also possible if I get a lot of fixing. We did just see the changeling that fetches a land go around. It's possible that I end up in Jund with a minor splash for Doran. But if I can avoid that, I would like to. I think maybe I'll just take the 2 green cards here. Green is probably very dry, but look, I have a high perfect Morcant and a Doran. I think I'm going to try to play green if I can, and green is the home of mana fixing as well. So here, I will take Unbury. You bring a creature back from your graveyard to your hand. It still doesn't trigger Twilight Diviner. By the way, this thing has Surveil too. That would make Moonshadow bigger if you Surveil into the graveyard. Maybe I actually take Rooftop Percher. Unbury could be good though, because I'm doing a lot of surveilling. I'll probably take a creature. Yeah, maybe Dawnslide Archer and Unbury. Whew. It almost unselected my Unbury. I don't know. Maybe Unbury's not a great pick here. And then sure, I'll take Dream Caesar and Chaos Spewer. And finally, Bilevile Boggart, I'm actually happy with. And the red card, yeah, red is kind of open, but we don't really have many good red cards. What do you do? Spinerock Tyrant. A 6/6 for 5 flying. Okay, that's already good. Wither, which this thing's not getting into tons of combat, so that probably doesn't matter. And then you can copy instants and sorceries and they gain Wither. That also doesn't really matter. There isn't a lot of like deal 3 to a target in this set. I think I might just take the Elf Advisor and the Elf Stone. I have a lot of elves, don't I? Pretty good number. Do I have enough to make Elf Stone good? I probably could get them. I really cut elves in the last pack, I think. I think Gathering Stone is just really good. But more importantly, there isn't really that much in this pack. So if we're cutting all of this, what are we looking at? 18 cards. The 2-drop plus Gathering Stone is nice. Gathering Stone is also good when you have bad mana. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Figure of Fable. So I'll take Figure of Fable in the splashing card. Figure of Fable is a top bomb. A top bomb in this format. Our 1-drop slot is looking sickeningly good. And we have a pretty responsible splash. We just need to get... Let's see, we have 110 the Springs, then we'll play a Plains, and then with this guy, we almost have enough to splash for Doran, and who knows if we're actually splashing for the Spiral into Solitude, but I mean, we positioned ourselves well. I don't know if I'm in the right deck or whatever, but look, by getting Dawnhand Dissident, Moonshadow, Figure of Fable, Twilight Diviner, all of those cards passed to us. Oh, and Doran, oh my goodness, we clearly put ourselves in the lane where we were picking up all the bombs that nobody else wanted to take. Here, I was thinking for a while, do I want Dawnhand Eulogist or Midnight Tilling? They're both so tempting. And then I realized it's pick 2 draft. I don't have to choose. So very happy to just snap that up. I'll take a Scarblade's Malice and I guess a Chaos Spewer, honestly. You could imagine playing another Chaos Spewer. Probably we're not splashing for Spiral here. I don't think that we actually saw the fixing that we would need, but maybe I take Unforgiving Aim and a third Chaos Spewer. It's possible. I will play Bilevile Boggart. Yeah, red remains open. Like this is a late Shimmer Strike. Probably we don't need to play the Shimmer Creep. Well, there's a lot in here that we don't need to play. I'm cutting Dream Caesar. Okay, we're going to do a lot of cutting, but okay, I'll take these 2. I don't know if I'm playing either Bilevile Boggart. Actually, I just have way better 1-drops going on. Probably cut this guy. And yeah, all right, so a few questions. I don't know if we're going to run Gathering Stone. I actually think no. I think our creature count is actually very split, so probably not. That might be an easy cut. We have 16 creatures, and the most of one creature is 8 elves. And I don't think we have anything that's an elf and also something else. So probably I cut Gathering Stone, and then Unforgiving Aim is not so great. I actually kind of like Shimmer Creep because I think I can pretty easily make it deal 3. And then it has Menace, a lot of toughness, and it's really good with Doran. I'm just going to go 8/8 and 1, and then I have Great Forest Druid and 10 the Springs for splashing. It's very minimal splashing, but can I get away? I don't really want to go lower than that because I have a lot of 1-drops. I really want to be playing my 1-drops. And Dawnhand Eulogist is ideal with Moonshadow, by the way. if you mill 2 permanents, 3. If you mill 3 permanents, then you're buffing your Moonshadow by 3. Yeah, kind of like this deck. There's some random cards in here, and the creature count could be higher. But I think my 1-drop quality and my bomb quality should carry me to a few wins. So I don't know if we'll trophy, but hey, one thing about Pick 2 Draft is you only need to get 2 wins and you're almost breaking even on gems. If you want to get better at Limited right along with me, go ahead and click subscribe using the link in the description below. All right, what are we looking at? Turn 1 Moonshadow, turn 2 Great Forest Druid, and then it kind of peters out, but that's already a good start, yeah? That is already a good start. So I'm going to go turn 1 Moonshadow, turn 2 Great Forest Druid. Then we cannot cast Thought Weft Charge for the rebate, but if we draw another land, then we can do that. Okay, well, in with the Moonshadow, and I'll play this guy. Now I would love to draw Doran. Doran is amazing with Great Forest Druid. It turns this guy into a 4/8. Wanderwine Preacher, you say. Okay. Ooh, Figure of Fable. Don't mind if I do. So sure, I'll play it like this. And then I will attack with this guy. Right? Makes sense. And Figure can turn into a 2/3. Figure can turn into a 2/3, and I can pump it if they try to kill it. If they attack, I think I actually will block with Figure. Looks like they're not attacking, though. Moonshadow, Figure of Fable. My 1-drop bomb quality is just ridiculous. I think we positioned ourselves very well in this draft. I don't know if I'm going to trophy, but I was at the right seat. It was not a simple, oh, let's just draft elves situation. In with both, so they could flash something in. I don't hate going 1-for-1 with Thought Weft Charge. What is this? A destroy target attacking creature for 3 mana. That's what it looks like. Noggle the Mind. It loses all abilities. Yeah, so there's a layers thing here, right? If I make this, I'm going to do this just to find out. I'm almost certain if I make this a 4/5, that sets a layer where it's a 4/5, and then Noggle the Mind overwrites it. But I'm actually going to do this, and I'll tell you why in a moment. You'll see. You'll see. This is called the Playing Dead draft strategy. So the idea of that was just kind of looking dumb so that they would block it, thinking I'm like all tapped out, and then I get my guy back, and then this thing goes to a 2/2. Basically, I just wanted to make sure that they were going to block. But also, I kind of wanted to see the interaction because the layers are always confusing. Spiral into Solitude. That's so rude of you. That guy was like supposed to be really good for me, you know? So it really upsets me that you would spiral him into Solitude. Ugh, milling 3 permanents. Yeah, that's tough stuff, you know? All right, I'll attack. If they block, I'll be very happy to Thought Weft Charge, drawing a card, but they didn't. They didn't. It really hurts me that they would spiral into Solitude, my Moonshadow. It's just so rude. Okay. All right. Yep, it happens. It happens. They surveilled to the top. That's always scary. Okay, play the Chaos Spear pre-combat. And here's the fun thing. I have an infinite Blight reservoir now. So I will decline and I will Blight onto my Moonshadow, which will just get bigger next time. In with both. This is like an attack that looks so suspicious. They probably shouldn't double block here because they just, yeah. I don't know what I would do if I were them, but it's a tough spot because I obviously have something. I really like having Midnight Tilling here. By the way, Midnight Tilling with Moonshadow, bonkers. If they hadn't spiraled this guy, it would be getting so chunky. Okay. I'm actually not even sure. I was just thinking about Twilight Diviner. I'm actually not even sure I can cast anything from the graveyard. I'm actually not even sure I have a way of casting anything from the graveyard. But okay, let's play the Twilight Diviner. Surveil 2. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I almost wonder if I'm supposed to cut Twilight Diviner. You know what? I'm actually happy to get that. Well, the thing is, next turn I draw... Am I going to Midnight Tilling is the question. Maybe I should have Midnight Tillinged first, and then I would have gotten to play Doran. Okay, I'll just put Dorian on top, unbury after that, I think. That kind of makes sense to me. And then I won't Midnight Tilling. Yep, double block makes sense. And then I'll kill your Peddler. Prevent you from getting card selection. Now, they did surveil something from the top. Something to the top. So I wonder if they have like a really good card in their hand. Winnowing would be pretty bad for me. It would actually be a board wipe. Okay. Down comes Limero Sky Swimmer. So the main effect of Dorian, I mean, he's a 5/10, but he also is going to make my Great Forest Druid able to attack for a lot of damage. Attack, attack, attack. All right. 2 of these guys are unaffected, but yeah, we got there. All right. I wonder, am I supposed to not play that 3/3 rare that does something with when things enter from the graveyard? I'm just going to double check if I have anything that actually activates it. I don't think that I do. I have a lot of abilities that interact with the graveyard, but I just realized a little bit too late. I don't have anything that comes in from the graveyard. So I'll just quickly check. It's so awkward that I got past Twilight Diviner, which if a creature entered from a graveyard, you make a token, and Dawnhand Dissonant, which takes the card out of the graveyard, and then you play it from exile. That's so sad. And even the Grove Guide, you know, you exile it and you just make an elf. Am I supposed to cut Twilight Diviner and play Dream Caesar or something? I don't know. How good is a 3/3 for a 3 when it enters Surveil 2? In my deck, I think that's quite good. I'm going to keep it. It's really awkward, but I think 3/3 for 3 Surveil 2 in my deck is actually just fine because I have so much virtual card advantage from getting things into the graveyard. All right, on to the next one. All right. We can't keep this, right? I mean, we can't keep this. I can't even cast Lissalina Dignitary on turn 2. I have mixed feelings about the Dignitary. I think more often than not, it's going to be like this where I actually can play it. Probably just put back Unbury. Yep, okay. This card is so good with Doran, by the way. All right, I will Behold my elf. Behold is a nice ability. Like, it's nice design. Here, you know, I kind of gave away my flash creature. You know, I'm just going to keep them in the dark. They have no idea what I'm going to play here. They have no idea. They have no idea. All right, before your turn, this is going to be a big surprise to you. It's this guy. Shocker. I'm getting goofy with it. I admit it. Okay. I think I'm going to play this attack with both. If they get an elf in my bin, it's kind of good for me. They have their own one. I should have unmuted them. Maybe they made a surprised emoji as well. And if they block Lissalina Dignitary, I think I'm just going to eat that guy. Right? Because I can barely even play this card. I don't know. I would like to play the Chaos Spear, get into a combat and get a reimbursement, but I think it's probably best for me to just eat that and keep the pressure on. If I draw land, I get to play the Grove Guide, which is a really good card for pressuring your opponent. If I don't draw land, then I'll just play Chaos Spear, probably blighting onto the Dignitary. Oh, maybe I can get them to trade here. I wonder. Let's offer the trade. If they do trade, then I get to play Grove Guide plus Virulent Emissary, so it's really good for me. Okay, they did the correct thing. So yeah, then I'll play Chaos Spewer. I still don't have an elf in the bin, right? Yeah, just double checking. I'm going to play the Chaos Spewer, and I'm going to blight onto this guy, making it an 0/1. And then, I did that wrong. I did that in the wrong order. I'm sorry. I should be at 19. My bad. That kind of thing can lose you games, so that was very sloppy. My bad. Apologies, folks. Should be at 19 life. They play a Prideful Feastling and a Lewin. That card, oh my goodness. That card just takes things over. And it goes up to 5. Yeah, that's nutty. And they can activate it next turn to make 5 1/1s. Yeah, this card is absolutely out of control. I find that card so scary. Okay, well, I'm going in with these 3. And then my expectation is that I will end up with an elf in the bin. Bonk, bonk. So then I'll play Simic Grove Guide. But they can play 4 1/1s next turn. I'm not sure how I get out of this. They can play 4 1/1s. It kind of looks like maybe they don't have another land. Well, no matter what, they just want land after land. Yeah, Lorwyn is like not okay. What a ridiculously powerful card. Okay, they did not activate Lorwyn. They did not activate Lorwyn. And they pulled the land back without discarding it. That's interesting. Why wouldn't you just want 4 1/1s? 4 1/1s is going to stabilize the heck out of you, and now I get a chance to kill Lorwyn before. Wow, I mean, this is a dream come true. So probably I'll do this on Chaos Spear. I mean, I think we just pulled that game out of the gutter. I did not think that was going to happen. Oh, I guess I should have. I might have screwed up there. I guess I should have offered the trade with Morkhan's Loyalist first, because now they actually do get to recover Lorwyn. However, I actually interpret what they did as meaning that they do not have a land in their hand, so that would probably be a very slow plan. So I'm going to go in with 3. 1, 2, 3. Even though this means I'm not going to get a life back from Virulent Emissary if they choose to trade. I'm anticipating they block something with Morkhan's Loyalist and bring back Lorwyn, because it's such a powerful card. But they're getting to the point where chump blocks are, you know, not really going to do it for them. Oh, I guess I'll do the Grove Guide rather than Chaos Spewer. I don't know. Chaos Spewer is really good. Just blighting onto Lissalin and Dignitary. Yeah, I actually think that's really good. Having that in play feels good for me. So I'll play it and I'll blight. All right, let's see what they got. I mean, I feel a lot better having Lorwyn dead, but I need to keep on the pressure because otherwise Morkhan's Loyalist can just loop Lorwyn back. Wow. Wow. Draining is big game in this format. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, in with both. I'm anticipating they bring back Lorwyn. Why do they not want this Morkhan's Loyalist to die? I actually don't get it. Why are they keeping this Morkhan's Loyalist alive? Why wouldn't they want to bring back an elf card from their graveyard? The first thing I would have done is block with Morkhan's Loyalist and bring back Lorwyn. Are they waiting until they have a land in their hand? But you're eventually going to have a land in your hand. And I am a living testimony to that. All I have is lands in my hand. All day, every day. Why didn't they could have like a million worms at this point, right? And they even played a land here. Oh well. Sigh. Well, we got through the Lorwyn threat only to just get completely stymied by a prideful feastling. So what am I looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm playing 17 lands, and Great Forest Druid is basically a land. Okay, High Perfect Morkant. I'll play it, and then I'll proliferate probably. It does let them get in an attack with Prideful Feastling. Do I even want them to get back Lorwyn? No. I would say the answer is no. So I'm not going to tap my elves here. Iron Shield Elf, okay. Do I have more removal? What can I draw? Oh, that's kind of funny. Shimmer Creep is actually kind of a funny one. You're not an elf. You do deal damage and have menace. So I kind of want to... The problem is if I give them Lorwyn back, how do I win? But the other problem is if I don't give them Lorwyn back, how do I kill Lorwyn when I already spent my Assert Perfection on it? Yeah. Do I want to kill this Morkhan's Loyalist? I still think no. I think I basically just need to put together an attack that kills them all in one go. Tough position. Wow, this is hard. This is hard. The problem is the next elf I play, they can just kill their Morkhan's Loyalist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So suppose they're playing 17 lands. This is 8, 9, 10, 11. So they have 6 lands left that they can find if they get Lorwyn. And I have a million lands left, apparently. I guess I'll go ahead and play one. Not much to be done. I'm not attacking. Am I misreading something? This guy's an elf. You can bring him back. Yeah. It's kind of sad that High Perfect Morcant is getting my elves stuck in my hand. Maybe I want to play that Changeling that exiles things in the graveyard. I think I didn't even put it in my deck, though. Oh my goodness. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So almost half of the cards left in our deck are lands. I just hit like a long string of lands after hitting a long string of action, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I just try to deck them. Like, they have 10 turns. Okay. This seems like an easy one to me, right? I think I just block with the Death Toucher. Okay, yes, I promise I'll block that and then block with the Death Toucher. They might kill Shimmer Creep. That's fine. My game plan does not depend on Shimmer Creep. Everyone dies. You do gain 5 life. And then let's see what you've got. Wow, this turned into such a grindy situation. I haven't seen any of my bombs. I want to keep Great Forest Druid alive. Okay, well, I can get my planes, so that lowers the burden to keep Great Forest Druid alive. I guess I can start attacking with Iron Shield Elf. They are getting damage through. This will let me cast Doran. In my deck, I still have Doran. Unbury could be good for me, I guess. Do I have that? Or no, I put it on the bottom, right? Yeah, so now I could draw it. Moonshadow, Figure of Fable, Dawnhand Dissident would be really good. Twilight Diviner would help me find the other stuff. Okay, I'll just grab this, get a 3/4. Honestly, if they attack with Iron Shield Elf, I will simply block with my 2/2 and make them discard stuff. The more lands that they discard, I think they're not like appreciating. I think they're not seeing the line of bringing back Lorwyn because they don't want High Perfect Morcant dead. It actually was getting my card stuck in my hand. High Perfect Morcant was a problem for me because if I played an elf, they could blight onto Morcant's Loyalist and then bring back Lorwyn. So yeah, I'll just play Moonshadow. Menace is pretty good. Maybe I could get this guy so big that I can start making attacks. Yeah, tough stuff. If I block Iron Shield Elf with a 2/2, I don't get a counter, do I? Okay, I can play this guy, but I still can't attack with it. This is such a silly situation. I'm not going to blight onto Great Forest Druid either because, you know, I never want to do that because it'll be really big if I can play Doran. Am I just trying to deck them? Can they kill me in 8 turns? I just allow this Morcant's Loyalist could hit me 8 turns in a row, or I could block it with the Great Forest Druid. And it wouldn't matter. I have my planes out, so I don't mind my Forest Druid getting into combat. Yeah. I'm just going to try to deck them. If they play a flyer, I also have a reach creature. Okay. They see that they want this thing dead. The only thing about this is that's why I'm not attacking you, is because that thing is back there. Do they have a way of sacrificing it? Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I have my planes, so it doesn't matter to me. And this thing becomes a 2/2 menace, by the way. Figure of Fable, you're going to get chunky, aren't you? Yeah, that's pretty good. This does get protection from everything. So the question is, do I actually save this? I would have to sink 10 mana into it, of which 6 would need to be white or... Yeah, I don't think... And actually, it would need to be 11 mana. So I don't think I save this until I can do it all at once. Let's play Figure of Fable. And then I'll attack with Moonshadow. This way, if they kill my figure, I do get buffing on Moonshadow. So I'll go in with that. It has Menace. Make a 2/2. Okay. Okay. I accept. I didn't think about make it 2/2. But that's okay. I still get them to discard a card from the Iron Shield Elf. And I have a lot of ways of recurring cards from the graveyard. That is not the end of Moonshadow necessarily, by any means. Now what? Oh, discarding a... Yeah, that's one land that is not going to be used for Lorwyn. Okay, sure. Sorry, Moonshadow. You did a good job, my friend. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they could make like 12 worms. They're running out of time to make a bunch of worms and kill me with those worms. So, okay. Pass to blockers. Block. This is like the longest pick 2 draft game ever played, I bet. Okay, that's another land that's not going to make worms. Lorwyn is so good. The first time I saw that card, I thought it was clunky. But now, like, what's clunky about a 2-2, a 1-3 for 2, I mean, with a zillion of upside? When it comes in, does it immediately get you a permanent, a creature, or land on top of your library? On top of your library. Okay, that is a downside. Let's see if this resolves, right? I mean, I want to tap the 2, 1, 2, 3, and this one. I want to tap it like this to not use all of my green. All right, let's see if this gets protection from everything. I'm feeling really good. All right, I have a creature with protection from everything. And yeah, I guess I'll just attack with it. So also Guiltleaf's Embrace can give it trample and indestructible. I guess I could have attacked with everything with Guiltleaf's Embrace up, but why take chances? I'm at 24 and I have an unblockable 7/8 that cannot be targeted or damaged. So I don't really see a need to get out of control with it. Okay, actually, they can no longer bring back Lorwyn because it does mill 4 when it enters. So I'm pretty much out of the danger zone with Lorwyn. They can't really have it enter again. All right, I'm feeling pretty safe with Figure of Fable. Having trouble thinking of a card that would deal with it here. I actually should look up, like, what's the list of cards that can deal with Figure of Fable. There's some board wipey stuff, right? But it can't be damaged. Like, the red board wipe doesn't kill it, right? Because even if they could assemble 8 damage, which is really hard with that board wipe because you have to blight 8. And you can't go below 0 toughness, then it still wouldn't be damaged by it, right? There's the white one that flickers the opponent's stuff. Tristan's Command. Destroy something and your stuff gets +3/+3. Okay, I don't even think that kills me, but just on principle, I'll give it indestructible. I don't even think that your attack kills me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Comes kind of close, but I can actually block one of those with my Tree Folk. So, and you get a copy of something. All right. That, yeah, I really think I gave them several opportunities to block with the 3/2 that brings back an elf. Because I felt like I had to put pressure on, and I was just thinking like, okay, you have a land in your hand or you don't. The way that game turned out, they had more than enough time to bring back Lorwyn and just go bonkers with it. They could have had like 20 worms or something. And so I definitely think that they should have blocked, taken the opportunity, whatever it is, Morkant's Loyalist or something, to bring back Lorwyn. Yep, allow it to die. So, okay, we lucked out there. That was a squeaker, but we got there. On to the next one. Okay, so let's see, Twilight Diviner. It's not an ideal hand when I have so many 1-drops and all of my 1-drops are bombs. I would love to be seeing some 1-drops here. So this is not ideal. I don't think I mulligan it. I don't think I'm supposed to mulligan any hand that does not have a 1-drop. I am also on the play. Twilight Diviner will set me up for other good... This is like one of the worst hands. For hands that have creatures and both of my colors of lands and an appropriate number of lands, out of all those hands, this is like one of the worst. But okay, it's not like I'm screwed on a color or something. So, and Twilight Diviner should let me draw some good stuff. It's just that my deck does not have much advantage if I don't have one of my really good 1-drops. Okay, that guy's obviously a really good card, but it's worse when it's like on an empty board, and also in blue-black it's a little bit out of place. I'll mill my 2 bad random stuff. In blue-black, it's a little out of place, but hey, it could still be good. You just maybe can't transform it. which does make it a little bit worse. It's just a 2/2 unblockable. Okay, I'll take it. I do like Keldon Warlord. I like the opponent's sensibilities from what, Onslaught or something? When's Keldon Warlord from? Keldon Warlord. From Alpha. Oh, I'm all wrong. It's actually from Alpha. Very nice. Okay. I could picture the card, but actually no, I think I was picturing something from Onslaught instead of what that card actually is. Anyways, I like their sensibilities. I can't say I've ever slung a Keldon Warlord. I will play High Perfect Morcant, making their Sig a 1/1. Even though it's kind of random, I can't proliferate right now. And I won't be able to for a while. They might just Blight Rot High Perfect Morcant, but that's okay because I don't even think High Perfect Morcant is that good. Really, they're playing green. Are they playing Sig without having access to white? So it's just like a 1/1 unblockable? I mean, there was a very good 1/1 unblockable in, what? You could have hit me for 3. In Innistrad, there was a very good 1/1 unblockable. Yeah, the opponent just gave up 2 damage there, so that was not good. And yet, I'm still... I can't say I'm winning this game. Okay, I'll play Shimmer Creep. Very bad Shimmer Creep from me, so I'm one to talk. My deck is not looking very impressive right now. I wish I could have proliferated. I would get rid of all of their stuff. But yeah, this seems to be an off-color Sig, or they're in 4 colors without mana fixing, as far as I can tell. Okay. Well, we have a lot to do by surprise here, so hopefully that gets us some good stuff. I didn't want to attack with Shimmer Creep because... Actually, no, I should have attacked with Shimmer Creep. This looks really suspicious. This really looks like I have something. But maybe they'll think that what I have is a Dawnslide Archer. Furdok Core is actually pretty good here, right? That's like a relevant stat line for them. All right, I'll go to my turn. Okay, Chaos Spear is kind of good. I actually don't hate Chaos Spear at all. The thing about Blossom Bind is it does leave the opponent with something to blight onto. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to try this. I don't think this can make mana, so actually I could have got blown out there, I guess. But I struggle to think of what card exactly would blow me out there. All right, and then I'll slap down a Chaos Spewer, and I will blight onto my... Oh, it can't have counters put on it. I take back what I said. I fully take back what I said. Nope, I just blundered pretty badly. This thing has Indestructible. But I don't want to kill it right now. Yeah, and they can just block it with the 3/2. Yep, I always forget that line of text. Why did I think... Oh, because last time they pacifismed me. The pacifism card, you don't really want to be doing it against Blight. Oh, this thing is to be able to flip your Sig. That's so funny. You don't want to be able to do it. You don't want to do it against a Blight deck if you can possibly help it. Blossom Bind is designed so that it's good against Blight. Okay, then you can flip this guy back and make that guy a 4/4. Clever. No, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. They can make this a 4/4 and then double block the Shimmer Creep, for example. Okay, so here... What if I assert Perfection, Chaos Spewer onto Graveshifter, and then just attack with everything? Or Twilight Diviner onto Graveshifter even. No, I want it to be Chaos Spewer onto the Shifter, because then, yes, it gives them a free card, but then they're taking 9 damage. Is that good? Maybe that's not good. No, okay. Let's kill Sig when we can. I don't want to attack, allow them to make Sig a 4/4, and just lose a card. I can be patient here. I have removal. I can be patient. Are they going to flash it in? I don't think you should. Well, maybe you should. Yeah, maybe flash it in, flip your Sig, and draw a card by cracking in with it. No, you can't because I have a reach creature. This guy is packing a bow and arrow like nobody's business. Okay, I'm glad that they're flipping it because that gives me... Well, no matter what, I would have the opportunity to kill it. Yeah, you do get to draw a card. Their deck is kind of sweet. I mean, I love splashing. I love splashing a huge amount. That's really my style. So I actually really, really like their deck. Okay, Figure of Fable is an awesome draw. So what I'm going to do is probably shoot Twilight Diviner onto Sig, to be honest, even though it maybe leaves some damage on the table, they can flash in their 1/2. I don't really want to put it on Shimmer Creep because if they have a removal spell or a bounce spell, I'm going to feel really bad if they do that to Shimmer Creep. Well, a bounce spell wouldn't be so bad, but removal would be. And yeah, we have to tap a green. Now I can attack with Shimmer Creep. They can make something a 4/4. I think I attack with both of these. They can block here, make something a 4/4 and double block Shimmer Creep. Okay, maybe I just attack with Shimmer Creep because their stuff is about to shrink down. Let's just attack with Shimmer Creep. So they flash in their guy, make something a 4/4, double block, and I'm basically trading Shimmer Creep for the ETB effect of Glamour Gifter. They also could make Furdock Core a 4/4, but I think what they're doing right now is better. So that's okay. I have the stats advantage. They do have a 4/4, but I have the stats advantage. And also, I'm doing some stuff to test them. Sure, I guess I'll kill Graveshifter. It gives them value if they have like another Graveshifter. But anyways, I'm doing things here to test them for removal because I really want Figure of Fable to go off. It's possible I wasn't supposed to assert Perfection, but it's just so awkward. Assert Perfection against Sig gets so awkward. And now my plan is just level up Figure of Fable and see if that happens. My card quality is just so good. I just need to find the really good cards out of my deck. I would love Doran. I actually kind of don't want to trade Dawn's Light Archer just in case I manage to rip Doran off the top at some point. Yeah, go to my turn. Scarblade's Malice is kind of cool. What if I just attack with Chaos Spewer? 1, 2, 3. If I attack with both, they'll line up a block like Dawn's Light Archer on the 2/2, Furdock Core on Chaos Spewer, and then I get a card back from Chaos Spewer. If I attack with just Chaos Spewer, I probably can trade it for the 2/2. I think I like that. I'll just go in with this guy. It's crystal clear that I have something in my hand, but maybe they could think that I just had some kind of brain failure and that I forgot that Furdock Core can become a creature. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I'm just going to shoot that. Now that Figure of Fable is face up, there's no way that they would spend removal here unless they have another spare removal spell for Figure of Fable. But maybe they have a, I don't know, combat trick of some sort. Bounce spell. Oh, if I were them, I would be saving my bounce for Figure of Fable. Absolutely no question. It's tense. Tense situation. I have no idea what's about to happen to me. Unexpected assistance. That makes a lot of sense. So they're digging for an answer to Figure of Fable. Because next turn, Figure of Fable is going to have pro everything. Okay. Okay, what are you targeting? Chaos Spewer? That's so funny. Okay. Oh, I love Mirror Form. The opponent's deck is super fun. It's so much fun to play Magic like that. Mirror Form. So their what is it? Their Blossom Bind became a Chaos Spewer. That's awesome. That's so cool. And this is an enters trigger, so but they all had already entered. Okay, Reaping Willow. That's so funny. Mirror Form. That card is so much fun. I really want to rip off some Mirror Forms in the late format. I'm still trying to like get good. Bringing back Sig. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Well, I'll be blocking that one. No doubt. All right, so I'll block there. I'm not going to trade this guy, obviously. Bonk, bonk. And then end of turn, I'll activate this. And then my turn. I think we're cooked. I'm not really sure how I get out of this one. I can play this and do some double blocking, but they're about to give something pro everything. So do I just flip Figure of Fable? And I'm going to do some chump blocking next turn. Chump block, Reaping Willow, and Chaos Spewer. But then I need to somehow get in 2 attacks. Yeah, I think they got me. I mean, their deck is absolutely bonkers. But yeah, I just didn't really find my powerful cards in time. I started with a very slow hand. And sometimes it happens, right? I started with a very slow hand. This Sig didn't really do anything, but them being able to bounce that 1-2, like being able to bounce Glamour Gifter is really big game. Oh, they can't flip Sig. That kind of makes a difference, doesn't it? That makes a difference. I'm still losing, right? I don't think there's any way for me to not lose here, but because they go to 11. Yeah, they can't flip Sig. I guess I could have kept my figure back to try to get value out of that attack. That might have been a blunder. So Sig gets through. I kill some stuff. They go to 14 though. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like if I top deck Midnight Tilling into something, but I'm pretty sure we're toast. I'm pretty sure I'm toast. I probably have to chump block Reaping Willow with the Moonshadow anyways. Yeah, their deck is a lot of fun. I would put money on my deck in a best of 3 match. I think we just got off to a slow start, but I don't fault someone for mirror forming it up and having a blast. That looked like a really fun deck to pilot. But hopefully we can recover from here. I guess I just should be mulliganing anything that doesn't have a 1-drop. That was just too slow a hand. So you live and you learn. On to the next one. All right, so we're starting with off of our black, but I am playing 8 black sources, plus I have Midnight Tilling, plus I have the Druid. So I think it's very, very keepable. And I'll probably start out with Figure into Virulent Emissary, activate the Figure. Especially since they're green, unless they slap down like a black mana now or a red land. Hopefully, yes, we should get to activate our Figure. Oh, and that's a good one. So I'll play the Plains, I'll play Virulent Emissary, and no need to be attacking. So yeah, Doran is an awesome one, though it doesn't do that much, does it? Okay, I do have Death Touch, but this thing has Double Strike. All right, so I'll up this. All right, I can play a Chaos Spewer, but do I just Blight onto itself? The thing is, if I give this thing, if I give Virulent Emissary Indestructible, it can block Squawk Roaster, so I actually kind of just want to do that. Chaos Spear is kind of nice because, well, it just becomes a 6/5 with Doran, which maybe is not that impressive. Building your board is nice, but actually putting Guiltleaf's Embrace on Virulent Emissary means, what is going on here? What is their deck? Okay, it's a Vivid deck. They're playing a cool Vivid deck. Yeah, getting black, making their Squawk Roaster chonky. Okay. I don't know. I think Guiltleaf's Embrace on Squawk Roaster is going to be really good. Hexproof from red. Yeah. They can do a 2-mana thing here. If they have like Boulder Dash or something. Well, it's still not that bad because I can Guiltleaf's Embrace in response. It's really if it's an instant speed removal that I'm in trouble. So if they attacked... Oh, maybe they're wondering if they want to trade Squawk Roaster with Figure, because I could turn the Figure into a 4/5. But I have a very different plan, my friend. I have a very different plan. I would like to take this game in quite a different direction. I would like to keep my Figure of Fable alive for the long haul. They have played out their whole hand, which gives me some hope. It feels like if I can deal with this Squawk Roaster, could be in pretty good spot. That's the thing about the Vivid deck, and this is a really hard balance to strike. I always get into this trouble when I play the Vivid deck. 2 of their cards have been Great Forest Druid and Shimmerwild's Growth, so they're kind of flooding themselves, like six lands, 2 non-lands almost, which is not a critique of their deck at all. You need these to get the splashing going on, but then I have found that the Vivid deck really needs some kind of top end, like a big chunky top end. You need to not die while you're playing your Shimmerwild's Growth and your Great Forest Druid, but you also need to use those to your advantage to get something amazing going on. Here, I'll play Doran, and then Virulent Emissary is attacking as a 5/3 Death Toucher. Figure of Fable, I think I do attack with it as a 4/5. I would be punished if they block with Tam and give +3/+3. But then I'm still feeling good about the game overall, because then I'm cracking in for 5 damage and I have Doran attacking as a 5/10 every turn. I don't think that I need to get too greedy. Okay, maybe attacking with figure was... Oh, I miscounted. I'm sorry. I thought it would be a 4/5, but it's a 3/4. My bad. Oh, yeah, and Doran also ramps you. I always forget that. Okay, they get their Squawk Roaster back. That's nice for them because Double Strike is kind of hard for me to deal with. So I could play Shimmer Creep here. Actually, Squawk Roaster is not hard for me to deal with. I can still just attack with Doran. I don't care about taking 8, right? I think I just attack with Doran. Why don't I play this Shimmer Creep to gain some life? Although Chaos Spear is going to be really good with Shimmer Creep. The only issue is the next figure level costs 3. Leveling up figure is really good too. Level up figure to a 4/5, then it attacks as a 5/6. They could kill figure. I don't really like that. I also don't really want to wait for the extra toughness. Although if I play Chaos Spewer, it can block Squawk Roaster as well. Okay, I'm going to attack with Doran as a 5/10. They can deal 8, 9, 10. They can kill my Doran if they want, but it takes everything they have. And then they're not dealing with figure. So I'm okay if they block Doran with everything. I think they might. And then I get to kill Squawk Roaster and Dundulin Weaver. Oh, they could double block with Squawk Roaster and Tam. So I'm basically just trading Doran for Squawk Roaster. That's fine. I think that's fine. You can't just take it, can you? I really wonder if they're just going to go for counterplay here. It's what I might do. Just take the 5 damage, or maybe chump block. And then the idea is you're playing like another Squawk Roaster. Maybe they have the card that makes an elemental, or makes a creature fly. The elemental that makes a creature fly. Hop a Squawk Roaster over and somehow do like 10 damage in the air as a surprise. That kind of a thing. The problem with trading off material here is it deprives you of counterplay. Like Doran is arguably not even my best creature. My best creature is probably Figure of Fable. Yeah, okay, interesting. They didn't block with anything. That makes me think that they're really going for counterplay, and that makes me want to play Shimmer Creep more than anything else. But actually, I kind of like the idea of doing a bunch of damage by surprise. So let's just play a Chaos Spewer here. It actually can block Squawk Roaster, and it does gain me another life. I'm really happy that I'm all the way up at 22 HP. I wonder if their idea is that they want to start blocking Doran with Great Forest Druid. I just like the idea of Shimmer Creep doing draining for 4. That is such a big hit. So let's see what they've got. I think they have to have something good, because them just taking Doran to the face means they're trying to just go for the kill. Yeah, Prisma Basher, sure. Plus X. So I'll definitely just chump block Squawk Roaster. Take 16. So hold on. Can I just deliver lethal? We always have to ask ourselves this. So if I take 16, this actually is a lethal attack. That's amazing. This is exactly lethal, 22 damage. So I could just have Virulent Emissary chump block the Squawk Roaster. They don't have trample. This guy has trample, but the other ones don't. So suppose I just have Virulent Emissary chump block here. Then next turn, I attack with these 3 creatures. They block here and block there. They take 4, and then I can deal 4 to them in the face. I don't care about Dundulin Weaver, right? So do I just chump block Squawk Roaster to maintain my HP? It makes sense to me, I think. I think that makes sense to me. This guy's just going to go back to being a 2/1. So I'll just chump the Squawk Roaster. No trample. All right, I take 6, go to 16. The fact that that was a lethal attack is so funny. All right, now I'll play a land. I guess I'll play Shimmer Creep. I mean, the other option is Chaos Spewer Blighting. Maybe I just attack with, kind of want to attack with Chaos Spewer as a 6/4. The problem is if they kill it, Shimmer Creep is doing less work. I also really want to level up Figure of Fable. What if I just level up my figure and then play Chaos Spewer? That actually seems better. I really like the idea of crashing in for 6 next turn. So let's level up figure. I guess I could have done that at instant speed rather than right now. Then I'm going to probably attack with Chaos Spewer. So this becomes a 6/5. I expect them to block with Prisma Basher. Okay, we can trade. And then I'll play this guy as a... I'll actually probably put the -1. I could put 2 -1s on Doran and he's still a good blocker. No, Doran. I want Doran to be able to block Squawk Roaster. So I'll probably just put the -1s on the Chaos Spewer. I would like Doran to survive the next turn. We'll see. If Figure can start attacking, then I'm feeling really good. I may need to survive 2 more turns of attacks, though. But hopefully they don't have another Prisma Basher. That would be a little bit rough. That would be rough for me. Maybe I also should have attacked with Doran so they would have to chump with Tam, something like that. Because the reason I didn't attack with Doran is the 6/6 would have blocked it as a 5/10, so it's not pushing damage. But then if I attack with both, they probably would have had to chump with Tam, and I would still have my guy. But then they would have a 6/6 Trampler coming in. That's pretty scary. It feels like it gives them a little bit much. But I guess they didn't really value their attacker. They're maybe not thinking that they're in an attacking position because they didn't chump with Tam and they could have. I assume they're going to attack with Squawk Roaster now. I'll certainly just chump with my Chaos Spewer, even though it deprives me of 1 life point. No, I mean, I'll block with Doran, actually. I'll block with Doran, right? That's right. If they attack with Squawk Roaster, I'll block with Doran, even though they're clearly representing something if they do that. I did not think that my all 1-drop bomb deck would lead to such a long pick 2 draft event. This is a surprisingly long video. All right. Block and block. See what happens. I assume they have something very relevant in their hand. Clearly they have something very relevant. Okay, or they're just trading off Doran. That's fine. So I've just gotten rid of their counterplay. Happy to see that Squawk Roaster gone. I'm going to immediately attempt to level this guy up, see if it resolves. I assume it doesn't. Okay. We got there. Very nice. So that's only 3 wins. We're still going. We're still going. That's so funny. That is so funny. All right. So we're 3 wins, 1 loss. On to the next one. Will this finally be the deck that trophies for me in pick 2 draft? Okay, I think it's keepable. I mean, I think it's I really need to draw a swamp or a plains because I can't go Great Forest Druid into Doran. But if I do, then I can go turn 2. I think I have to keep it just for the upside potential. If I draw swamp here, I go Great Forest Druid, yes. Into turn 3 Doran with a 0/4 that's going to start attacking as a 4/8. Yeah. If they don't kill this, I'm feeling really good about this game. Blue-red is definitely a color combo that can do something about this. Blossom Bind. That's the rudest thing I ever saw. You're Blossom Binding my Manadork, and I can't even Chaos Spewer onto it. I guess I will play Chaos Spewer anyways. That's so rude of you, honestly. That's so brutal. Blossom Binding the Great Forest Druid. You're kidding me. I mean, I get it. It's the correct thing to do, but I was about to play a turn 3 Doran with a freaking 4/4 with a freaking 4/8 Great Forest Druid to back it up. All right, in with this guy. See if I care. All right, they're just trying to aggro me out. Sure, Interesting. Interesting strategy. All right, see what you got. An island. Tapping 4 to deal some damage to me. They wanted to keep their Flamecaster. Presumably there's a reason. Oh, they wanted to blight onto it. Okay, I gotcha. So next turn, you can tweeze. Till the end of your next turn. Okay, got it. Got it. Yep. This is so painful. This is painful stuff. I'll just attack with Moonshadow. And end. Whenever you tweeze, I will Guiltleaf's Embrace to save my creature. All right, in response, Guiltleaf's Embrace. Make it indestructible. So it looks like they have something else, which would be pretty brutal. No, okay. Resolve. All right. No getting destroyed. No getting destroyed. Okay, goodbye to Colorado Zealot. Foraging Wickermaw. Okay. Dang, now I really want my fixing. I'm jealous of my opponent's fixing, and I want some fixing, please. Thought Weft Charge. Well, it does let me attack. I guess that's good. This kind of looks like a bid to trade, so it's plausible that they block here. They're just going to take it. Okay, I may actually just Scarblade's Malice here. Because the upside potential on the Thought Weft Charge is really good. And this gives me a trigger on Moonshadow. And this gives me a pump spell to save Moonshadow later if need be. So now my game plan is just Moonshadow, basically. I could have cycled the Thought Weft Charge there. All right, in response, Thought Weft Charge. See if it happens. They're playing a very controlling removal heavy deck. A 10-2 until end of turn. That's so funny. I wonder if they have even more damage. They very well might. Okay, and then they get a Colress Zealot back. That's really good for them, yeah. Kind of wish I'd gotten to play those spells offensively, but I don't even have anything here, right? Well, I can bring back that creature from my graveyard to my hand if I want to. Well, okay. In with both. Sure. But I can't double spell, unfortunately. I cannot also play the Chaos Spewer. So Unbury's a pretty bad one here. And now they get to play a 5-6 and then play something off of the 5-6. Yeah, them Blossom Binding Great Forest Druid was, you know, it's classic. Swords the birds, right? Swords to Plowshares, the Birds of Paradise. It makes sense. But it's really brutal. It's really brutal. Okay, so I can Virulent Emissary, Chaos Spewer. I could Chaos Spewer onto the Virulent Emissary if I wanted. I don't want. I'm just going to play a 5-6. And we can keep Moonshadow out of this for now. Moonshadow has the opportunity to become a 7-9 menace, so no need to trade it off as just a 4-2. I would love a Midnight Tilling. That might be like my best draw. Just find a Plains, put a bunch of permanents in the bin, make Moonshadow huge, and find a Plains. I wonder if they do Burning Curiosity. Very possible. So you can give something Trample, and you can get all that mana back. You can add 1 mana and give something Trample, basically. I haven't really seen this played a lot. Okay, Champion of the Path is a good one. Sort of. It's not a good blocker. They can champion the elemental that's in their hand and get a 7-3. Oh, sigh. I wish that Doran had come down on turn 3. But, you know, I deliberately kind of underfixed for it. I wanted to be able to play all of my 1-drops. And so I'm only playing 3 ways of getting white mana. So, you know. Okay, they chose to exile the one that I knew about. That's probably the worst draw possible in this situation. Kind of do want to just attack with Chaos Spewer, make my Moonshadow bigger, and simplify the board a little bit. They cannot double block with Wickermaw and Soulbright Seeker. And I'm about to play a Death Toucher that can block the Champion of the Path. Worst case scenario, I can also block it with a 2-2. All right, I'm very happy with this trade, I think. It makes my Moonshadow bigger, get to play a card, and then, yeah, I think I just play a Forest here. You know, I have not seen Dawnhand Dissident once this whole event. Makes me a little sad. Okay, you do 6 to me. Yep, you do 6 damage to me. That's true. And then Tweeze. Oh my goodness, ridiculous. Well, now Doran is officially no longer good. That's not much of anything. Oh, I wanted to trophy and finally be done with pick 2 draft. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could. And this felt like a very good setup. I got rather choked on black mana for one thing. And then they also wisely Blossom Binded me so that I had Doran stuck in my head. I did keep a very suspicious hand. Like, we were talking about, should I even do that? Or should I even keep this or what? Okay, they're doing a lot of damage to me. I hope they do attack, because I can make some really good blocks here. All right. I mean, it would be nice to save the Dawn's Light Archer for Doran, but clearly we gain a life, and then I will put Dawn's Light Archer in front of this guy, Virulent Emissary in front of this guy, and probably block the 2-1 just to keep my life total high. See what you've got. Nameless Inversion, because it has trample. Okay, sure. Oh, do I just die? Ugh. Wow. Their deck was pretty sweet. Their deck was pretty sweet, but yeah, I guess I just... My mistake that game was just not mulliganing. They locked me out of Doran, which is one of my most powerful cards. And my mana was already suspicious because I kept a hand with only green mana. So going back in time, I would mulligan and probably have a good shot. But hey, we made gems and we learned a little bit more about pick 2 draft, and I think we had a really, really good deck. So I think I'll try pick 2 again tomorrow. I'm going to give myself one more chance to trophy. If you would like to get good at draft along with me, not just pick 2 draft, I'm on a little kick of that right now, but I'll be back to Premier Draft right after that. Then do go ahead and click subscribe in the link below. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, everyone, and don't be afraid to splash.